There are pens you use to sign your name on receipts or contracts, and then there are pens that you use that are memory generators. And the Inventery Bolt Action V.02 is a memory generator. Welcome back to another review by Dave Sam. I'm your boy Dave Sam here, talking about the Inventery Bolt Action 2.0 pen from Inventery. Thanks, or big shout out to Inventery for sending me this pen among several other pens over the years. This bronze one, however, does remain my favorite at the moment. Spent, like I said, literally every day for over a year, spent in my pocket, used so many times. You can start to see the patina kind of across it. This tip doesn't seem to patina in the same way. I don't know if it's made out of something else. The actual bronze casing here is quite patinaed now. Today we are going to do a little deep dive into why this is absolutely my favorite writing utensil, and like I said, it has become something that I consider a memory generator. If you're not familiar with Inventery, they are a LA-based design house that was launched in about 2017. And they make really refined, machine-engineered EDC tools or gear, mostly pens. I have been on the Inventery train since maybe 2021. Was when I bought my first Inventery pen. I was on a real kick to find the best pen, or one of the best pens that I could put in my pocket. And Inventory's website was brilliantly designed. It really attracted me. And then reading some of the details about the pen, the machine engineering, seeing the original video of how it's actually made, really a beautiful thing. So I pulled the trigger and purchased this. And purchased the Bolt Action V1 actually, which was several years ago. Sadly lost that pen, which honestly broke my heart a little bit. Reached out to the guys at Inventery to see if they would potentially send me one, which they graciously sent me free, actually. So fantastic. I used the bronze one, I gave the gold one to my wife, and I gave a silver one to my father. I also purchased an additional 2 black ones, as well as a fountain pen and several other things from Inventery. I really love their pens. One of the coolest things about these pens, especially the Bolt Action V.02, is that it's machined entirely in-house, so American made, if you will, which is really cool. Of course, adds to the price a little bit, which I will talk about in a second. So really quick, if you're unfamiliar with the Bolt Action world and why it's such a popular thing in the EDC life or in the EDC world, it's because of this mechanism here. It's not just a gimmick, if you will. This is tried and true World War I, World War II, made for bolt action rifles, but then miniaturized into a pen format. Tried and true mechanism that just continues to be really good to use, really easy to use, and is extremely reliable. So you never have to worry about the pen jamming or your spring breaking or any of those things. Now, the mechanism itself, in terms of the EDC world, started to become popular in early 2000s. And partially it's because it's just kind of this like raw, unfiltered experience. This was pre-iPad, if you will. There was no remarkable tablets or any of those things, right? So people still carried regular notebooks and wrote all their notes down. So 1/26, whatever the day is, right? Notes. And I'm a horrible writer, I'm not gonna lie, so you're never gonna be able to read anything that I have here. But of course, I used to start every day with my list of things to do. And functionally, I have transitioned a lot of that, or a lot of the like day-to-day writing, if you will, to my laptop, of course, right? My like tasks for the day and whatnot. I'm not actually physically writing those a lot of times now, but especially when I find myself traveling on planes, sitting at coffee shops, I usually have one notebook with me and this or other pens at this point that I've been trying, just in case I want to flirt around with an idea that I want to draw things on. Maybe I want to do some mental math, but really quickly want to write things out. A lot of times I will still use a notebook to do most of that effort, especially when I'm trying to be more creative. Of course, AI and other things can be helpful in these spaces now, but functionally, I like to slow down a little bit, and I think that using a pen just helps me organize my thoughts because my brain is forced to slow down to the speed of my writing a lot of times. So just to get in on a couple of specifications, this pen specifically is made from a 360 brass copper bar stock. So it's a really solid piece, and you feel that in the weight. It is like, I don't know, maybe a pound. It's like 55 grams. I don't know exactly how much 55 grams is, but you can definitely feel the weight of it in your hand, which is really nice to feel when you're actually writing. It's a little over 5 inches long, so it's not super long. However, this is their longest one. They sell a medium and a mini, and I believe the mini is down around 3 inches actually. Inside, of course, there's a little rubber gasket here. It comes with, has a nice spring in here. You can see on the inside here, this machining. It's just perfectly circular. And then it comes with this Schmidt P8126 roller, which is made in Germany. Easy flow, feels great. Nice point on the pen. It's more medium point on the pen, which depending on your writing style is perfect. I oftentimes like going for a fine point just because I have kind of sloppy writing. So I feel like the fine point digs into the paper a little bit more, forces me to again slow down a little bit, which can definitely be nice if I'm trying to write something that I need to use later. Now you might be saying, what does the V2 come with? How is it different? A couple of different things. One, the machining process is slightly different. The O-ring that they use on the inside here connecting these two pieces, slightly upgraded, if you will. It's a little bit smoother. And then functionally, they made the bolt mechanism a little bit different so that the throw is a little bit different to make it easier to, I don't want to say play with, but to just fire in and fire out. Now, I mentioned this before, one of the things that I absolutely love about this pen is just its overall weight. It just feels so good in your hand. It is the perfect width, and it's just so nice to write with overall. You could write for hours with this pen and really have no problems, which I just absolutely love. Second, this is one of the greatest fidget toys I've ever owned, and you can kind of hear it. And there's basically any way that you use it, right? This mechanism remains one of the more fun things that I can carry around with me that is not so odd as a fidget spinner. Obviously, it's just like a regular pen, but it's something that I can just keep playing with over and over and over again. Now, I will say it is a little bit loud, so if you're in meetings or something, you're not going to be just fidgeting around with it necessarily. But if you're sitting at your desk, if you're just listening in on a Zoom call or something, definitely found this to be super helpful. Now, the last thing that I love about this, and this is more from the brand, we'll show them, or we'll show the website here. The pen has so many options that come with it. One of which, if you are a lefty like me, is the option to make it left-handed. So you can put this bolt action mechanism on either side, depending on how you order the pen. So if you are left-handed and you find that all your bolt actions are actually coming on the other side here, so you've got to use your index finger to swap it in or to fire it in and fire it out. Really, really great option to go with an Inventery Bolt Action pen because you can select that left or right-handed. Now, there's not a lot of options for left-handed people in the world. I know it sounds like a small thing, especially to the right-handed folk out there, but every left-handed person I know knows the struggle and will probably agree with me. Now, I don't typically give things like a perfect score, if you will, but honestly, I have no notes for this pen. It is fantastic to use. It is the perfect weight. It's got minimal branding kind of on the inside of the clip, which is almost, it's gonna be impossible for me to show. You can see it reflecting. Minimal branding, which is fantastic. The bronze version in particular has this nice, beautiful patina from the oils on my fingers and my pocket and whatnot, right? So nice to use. And like I said, I have black and silver and gold versions of it, right? And I always come back to this bronze patina one. It is just so nice. Overall, I think they've just dialed this in to be exactly what it needs to be. I don't want to say I hope they make no changes. I'm not a pen like aficionado, if you will. I am not a designer by any means. If they can make improvements, if they are out there testing and they figure out what those improvements are, I'll gladly try them. But like I said, this is a fantastic piece. So I just want to talk a little brass tacks, if you will, or bronze tacks in this case. Pen is $125. This is not cheap by any means. It is a luxury item. You can buy a basic Bic 50 pack for like $5, right? This is not something that you're just gonna buy because you wanna sign receipts. Like I said, this is not something you're gonna buy because you just wanna have a pen in your pocket. This is something you're gonna buy because you use writing as a tool or a mechanism a lot, or B, you wanna be in places where the things that you have, or the things that you can put on the table, if you will, you wanna have things maybe that are conversation starters. And I'll just tell one story. I was at a dinner, a customer dinner, where we were trying to get them to sign a contract. Unbeknownst to me, one of the salespeople brought the entire contract with them on paper. We use DocuSign and other digital means, so it was very surprising to everybody, but the dinner ended up being so good, and the way that we were flowing through it, they were ready to sign, but had these additional questions, wanted to feel the love. Once we got through that portion, they were like, all right, give us the contract, let's sign it. And that salesperson had forgotten a pen. Thankfully, during that year, this is when I was carrying this pen, I pulled it out, and every single person that needed to sign it, our CTO, the procurement person, right? Every person that touched this pen and needed to sign that contract asked me where I got it, asked me why I got it, and just mentioned how it felt so nice in their hand and so nice to use. So if you don't need a luxury pen, I would say that this is not for you. If you are in that camp where you're going to be put in those situations from time to time, this might be the perfect pen for you. Or if you're looking for the versatility of a nice luxury pen for left-handed, different options for Damascus steel or different clip options, Inventory does give you all of those options through their website. Let me know what you think of the Inventory Bolt Action V.02 down below in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, maybe get notified of new videos. And again, if there are comments that you have on this pen, I would love to hear it. If there are other pens or other things that I haven't tested out that you want to point me towards, pens might be the name of the game this year for me, because I find myself writing so much right now, especially doing creative stuff back and forth with AI. If you got other pens, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Otherwise, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.